Welcome to Episode 2 of the YouTube Academy PMP Certification Preparation course. This episode covers predictive methodologies, also known as Waterfall project management. Despite the rise of Agile, predictive project management remains the standard for construction, manufacturing, and compliance-heavy industries. It constitutes approximately 50% of the exam questions. We will explore the 49 processes, the critical path method, and earned value management. Let's begin with our first practice question. Question 1. How many processes are defined in the PMBOK Guide 6th edition? Option A, 42. Option B, 47. Option C, 49. Option D, 52. This is a fundamental number you should memorize. The correct answer is C, 49 processes. The PMBOK Guide 6th edition defines 49 processes organized into 5 process groups and 10 knowledge areas. While you do not need to memorize all 49 processes and their ITTOs for the 2025 exam, you should understand how they flow together and when each process group is active. Ricardo Vargas's process flow video is the definitive resource for visualizing these interactions. Question 2. Which process group contains the most processes? Option A, initiating. Option B, planning. Option C, executing. Option D, closing. Think about where most of the detailed work is done up front. The correct answer is B, planning. The planning process group contains 24 of the 49 processes, making it the largest. Vargas refers to planning as the engine of the project. This is where scope is defined, schedules are created, costs are estimated, and all subsidiary management plans are developed. Importantly, planning is not a one-time phase. It is iterative and continues throughout the project as information becomes available and changes occur. Question 3. A project manager learns that a scope change during execution will affect the schedule and budget. What should they do first? Option A. Implement the change immediately to satisfy the stakeholder. Option B. Return to planning processes to update schedule and cost baselines. Option C. Reject the change outright. Option D. Escalate to the sponsor for a decision. Think about the iterative nature of planning. The correct answer is B. According to the process flow, planning is not a linear phase that ends when executing begins. It is a continuous cycle where execution data flows back into planning updates. A change in scope during execution necessitates a return to the planning processes to update the schedule and cost baselines before work continues. This concept of feedback loops is critical for answering what should the project manager do next questions. Question 4. Which knowledge area serves as the glue that coordinates all other knowledge areas? Option A, scope management. Option B, schedule management. Option C, integration management. Option D, risk management. Consider which area brings everything together. The correct answer is C, integration management. Integration management serves as the glue that coordinates and unifies all other knowledge areas. It includes critical processes like develop project charter, develop project management plan, direct and manage project work, manage project knowledge, monitor and control project work, perform integrated change control, and close project or phase. The project manager's primary role is integration, making trade-offs between competing objectives and ensuring all elements work together. Question 5. In predictive projects, what is the formal mechanism for approving scope changes? Option A, the product owner decides unilaterally. Option B, the change control board reviews and approves. Option C, the team votes democratically. Option D, changes are automatically approved. Think about governance in waterfall projects. The correct answer is B. In predictive projects, scope change is not free. It must go through a formal change control board, often abbreviated CCB. The key process is perform integrated change control, which evaluates the impact of proposed changes across all project dimensions, including scope, schedule, cost, quality, and risk. Only approved changes should be implemented. This is different from Agile, where change is expected and welcomed within the sprint. Question 6. The process direct and manage project work belongs to which process group? Option A, initiating. Option B, planning. Option C, executing. Option D, monitoring and controlling. This is where the work actually gets done. The correct answer is C, executing. Direct and manage project work is the central process of the executing process group. This is where the actual work is performed and project deliverables are created. The project manager's role during execution shifts to coordinating work activities and ensuring the team has what they need to succeed. Related executing processes include manage quality, which audits the process rather than testing the product, acquire resources, develop team, and manage communications. Question 7. What is the critical path in project scheduling? Option A, the shortest sequence of activities to complete the project. Option B, the longest sequence of activities determining the minimum project duration. Option C, the path with the most resources assigned. Option D, the path containing only milestone activities. This is a fundamental scheduling concept. The correct answer is B. The critical path is the longest sequence of activities in a project plan which must be completed on time for the project to finish by its due date. An activity on the critical path cannot be started until its predecessor activity is complete. If it is delayed for a day, the entire project will be delayed by a day unless subsequent activities are compressed. Understanding the critical path is essential for schedule management and identifying where project risk is concentrated. Question 8. What is the float or slack of activities on the critical path? Option A, maximum float available. Option B, equal to the project duration. Option C, 0. Option D, negative. This defines what makes the critical path critical. The correct answer is C, 0. Activities on the critical path have zero float, meaning they have no schedule flexibility. Float, also called slack, is the amount of time an activity can be delayed without delaying the project end date. The formula is float equals late start minus early start, or equivalently late finish minus early finish. When float is 0, any delay to that activity directly delays the project. Activities with positive float have some scheduling flexibility. Question 9. During network diagram analysis, the forward pass determines which values. Option A, late start and late finish. Option B, early start and early finish. Option C, float and slack. Option D, duration and cost. Think about calculating from the beginning of the project forward. The correct answer is B. The forward pass moves through the network diagram from start to finish and determines early start, abbreviated ES, and early finish, abbreviated EF. The rule for the forward pass is that when multiple paths converge, the highest early finish becomes the early start of the next task. This ensures that a task does not start until all its predecessors are complete. The backward pass then calculates late start and late finish by working from the end date backward. Question 10. A task on the critical path is delayed by 3 days. What is the impact on the project end date? Option A, no impact. Option B, the project end date is delayed by 3 days. Option C, the project end date is delayed by 6 days. Option D, it depends on the float available. Remember that critical path activities have zero float. The correct answer is B. Since critical path activities have zero float, any delay directly impacts the project end date. A 3-day delay on the critical path means the project will be delayed by 3 days unless corrective action is taken. Options for recovery include crashing, which adds resources at higher cost, or fast tracking, which runs activities in parallel at higher risk. These are important concepts for schedule compression questions. Question 11. A task with 5 days of float is delayed by 3 days. What is the impact on the project end date? Option A, the project is delayed by 3 days. Option B, the project is delayed by 5 days. Option C, no impact on the project end date. Option D, the critical path shifts. Consider how float absorbs delays. The correct answer is C, no impact on the project end date. When a task has 5 days of float and is delayed by 3 days, the float absorbs the delay. The task's remaining float is reduced from 5 days to 2 days, but the project end date is unaffected. However, if the task were delayed by more than 5 days, the excess delay would impact the project schedule, and that path could potentially become the new critical path. Question 12. What is the purpose of earned value management? Option A, to calculate team member salaries. Option B, to integrate scope, schedule, and cost into a unified measurement system. Option C, to determine stakeholder communication preferences. Option D, to identify project risks. Think about what EVM measures. The correct answer is B, Earned Value Management, or EVM, integrates scope, schedule, and cost into a unified measurement system. It answers three fundamental questions. Are we getting the work done, which is scope? Are we on time, which is schedule? And are we within budget, which is cost? By comparing planned value, earned value, and actual cost, project managers can objectively assess project health and forecast future performance. Question 13. In EVM, what does planned value represent? Option A, the actual cost spent to date. Option B, the budgeted cost of work scheduled to be completed. Option C, the value of work actually completed. Option D, the total project budget. This is what you plan to accomplish by now. The correct answer is B, planned value, abbreviated PV, represents the budgeted cost of work scheduled to be completed by a specific point in time. It answers the question, what did we plan to have done by now? Planned value is determined by the project baseline and increases over time according to the schedule. It is the benchmark against which actual progress is measured. Question 14. In EVM, what does earned value represent? Option A, the actual cost spent to date. Option B, the budgeted cost of work scheduled. Option C, the budgeted cost of work actually completed. Option D, the remaining budget. This represents what you have actually accomplished. The correct answer is C, earned value, abbreviated EV, represents the budgeted cost of work actually completed. It answers the question, what have we actually accomplished, measured in budgeted cost terms? The critical insight from Eileen Ellis is that earned value always comes first in EVM formulas because it represents what you actually accomplished. EV is compared to PV to assess schedule performance and to AC to assess cost performance. Question 15. In EVM, what does actual cost represent? Option A, the budgeted cost of work completed. Option B, the actual money spent to complete work to date. Option C, the planned expenditure for the month. Option D, the value delivered to the customer. This is what you have actually spent. The correct answer is B, actual cost, abbreviated AC, represents the actual money spent to complete work to date. It answers the question, how much have we actually spent so far? Actual cost comes from accounting records and time tracking systems. By comparing earned value to actual cost, we can determine whether the project is over budget or under budget for the work completed. Question 16. What is the formula for cost variance? Option A, CV equals AC minus EV. Option B, CV equals PV minus EV. Option C, CV equals EV minus AC. Option D, CV equals EV minus PV. Remember that earned value always comes first in the formula. The correct answer is C, cost variance equals earned value minus actual cost. Remember the rule that earned value always comes first in EVM formulas. The interpretation is straightforward. If cost variance is negative, you are over budget because you spent more than the value of work completed. If cost variance is positive, you are under budget because you spent less than the value of work completed. Negative is bad, positive is good. Question 17. What is the formula for schedule variance? Option A, SV equals AC minus PV. Option B, SV equals EV minus PV. Option C, SV equals PV minus EV. Option D, SV equals EV minus AC. Again, remember that earned value comes first. The correct answer is B, schedule variance equals earned value minus planned value. Earned value still comes first. The interpretation is, if schedule variance is negative, you are behind schedule because you have accomplished less than planned. If schedule variance is positive, you are ahead of schedule because you have accomplished more than planned. Note that schedule variance is expressed in currency units, not time units, which can be confusing but is how EVM works. Question 18. What is the formula for cost performance index? Option A, CPI equals AC divided by EV. Option B, CPI equals EV divided by AC. Option C, CPI equals PV divided by EV. Option D, CPI equals EV divided by PV. For index formulas, earned value goes in the numerator. The correct answer is B, cost performance index equals earned value divided by actual cost. For index formulas, earned value goes in the numerator. The interpretation uses the 1.0 threshold. If CP1 is less than 1.0, you are over budget, meaning you are getting less than $1 of value for every dollar spent. If CPI is greater than 1.0, you are under budget, meaning you are getting more than $1 of value for every dollar spent. A CPY of 0.8 means you are only getting 80 cents of value per dollar. Question 19. What is the formula for Schedule Performance Index? Option A, SPI equals PV divided by EV. Option B, SPI equals EV divided by AC. Option C, SPI equals EV divided by PV. Option D, SPI equals AC divided by PV. Earned value still goes in the numerator. The correct answer is C, Schedule Performance Index equals earned value divided by planned value. Earned value is in the numerator as always. The interpretation uses the 1.0 threshold. If SPY is less than 1.0, you are behind schedule, meaning you have accomplished less than 100% of what was planned. If SPI is greater than 1.0, you are ahead of schedule. An SPY of 0.9 means you have only completed 90% of the planned work. Question 20. A project has CP1 of 0.85 and SPY of 1.1. What is the project status? Option A, over budget and behind schedule. Option B, under budget and ahead of schedule. Option C, over budget and ahead of schedule. Option D, under budget and behind schedule. Apply the 1.0 rule to both indexes. The correct answer is C, over budget and ahead of schedule. A CPY of 0.85 is less than 1.0, indicating the project is over budget, getting only 85 cents of value per dollar spent. An SP1 of 1.1 is greater than 1.0, indicating the project is ahead of schedule, having completed 110% of the planned work. This is a common scenario where rushing leads to cost overruns. Question 21. What does BAC stand for in Earned Value Management? Option A, Basic Activity Calculation. Option B, Budget at Completion. Option C, Baseline Adjustment Coefficient. Option D, Benefit Analysis Chart. This is the total approved budget. The correct answer is B, Budget at Completion. BAC represents the total approved budget for the project. It is established when the project baseline is approved and represents what the project should cost if everything goes according to plan. BAC is used in forecasting formulas to predict the final cost of the project based on current performance trends. Question 22. If current cost variances are expected to continue, what is the formula for estimate at completion? Option A, EAC equals BAC divided by CP1. Option B, EAC equals BAC minus CV. Option C, EAC equals AC plus BAC. Option D, EAC equals PV divided by SPI. This forecasts the final project cost. The correct answer is A. Estimate at completion equals budget at completion divided by cost performance index. This formula is used when current variances are considered typical and expected to continue. If your CPY is 0.8, meaning you are getting only 80 cents of value per dollar, you divide the total budget by 0.8 to find your new expected cost. There are other EAC formulas for different assumptions, but this is the most commonly tested version. Question 23. A project has BAC of $100,000 and CP1 of 0.8. What is the EAC? Option A, $80,000. Option B, $100,000. Option C, $120,000. Option D, $125,000. Apply the EAC formula. The correct answer is D, $125,000. Using the formula EAC equals BAC divided by CPY, we calculate $100,000 divided by 0.8, which equals $125,000. The project is forecast to cost 25% more than the original budget if current cost performance continues. This type of calculation helps stakeholders understand the financial implications of current performance. Question 24. What schedule compression technique adds resources to critical path activities to reduce duration? Option A, fast tracking. Option B, crashing. Option C, resource leveling. Option D, lead time. Think about the trade-off involved. The correct answer is B, crashing. Crashing involves adding resources such as additional team members, overtime, or equipment to critical path activities to reduce their duration. The trade-off is increased cost. When looking for exam answers involving schedule recovery, if the question mentions cost increase or adding resources, crashing is typically the correct technique. Crashing should focus on critical path activities since reducing non-critical activities does not shorten the project. Question 25. What schedule compression technique runs activities in parallel that were originally planned sequentially? Option A, crashing. Option B, fast tracking. Option C, resource smoothing. Option D, lag time. Think about the risk trade-off involved. The correct answer is B, fast tracking. Fast tracking involves running activities in parallel that were originally planned to be sequential. The trade-off is increased risk, not increased cost. For example, starting construction before design is fully complete is fast tracking. The risk is that design changes may require rework of construction already completed. When exam answers mention increased risk or parallel activities, fast tracking is typically correct. Question 26. A project's CPY is 0.75. What corrective actions should the PM consider? Option A. Add more resources to speed up the project. Option B. Cost control, descoping, or value engineering. Option C. Extend the project deadline. Option D. No action needed since the project is performing well. Consider what CPY less than 1 indicates. The correct answer is B. A CPY of 0.75 indicates significant cost overrun, meaning you are getting only 75 cents of value per dollar spent. Appropriate corrective actions focus on cost control, tightening spending controls, removing unnecessary scope through de-scoping, or finding more cost-effective approaches through value engineering. Adding resources would increase cost further. This is an important pattern. Low CPY questions require cost-focused answers. Low SPI questions require schedule-focused answers. Question 27. A project's SPY is 0.85. What corrective actions should the PM consider? Option A. Implement stricter budget controls. Option B. Crashing or fast tracking. Option C. Reduce the project scope. Option D. Add more quality testing. Consider what SPY less than 1 indicates. The correct answer is B. An SPY of 0.85 indicates the project is behind schedule, having completed only 85% of the planned work. Appropriate corrective actions focus on schedule compression, crashing by adding resources at higher cost, or fast tracking by running activities in parallel at higher risk. Budget controls address cost issues, not schedule issues. Always match the corrective action to the type of variance indicated. Question 28. What is the key output of the Perform Integrated Change Control process? Option A. Project Charter. Option B. Work Breakdown Structure. Option C. Approved Change Requests. Option D. Risk Register. Think about what this process produces. The correct answer is C. Approved Change Requests. Perform Integrated Change Control evaluates all change requests and produces approved, rejected, or deferred decisions. This process ensures that changes are properly assessed for impact across all project dimensions before implementation. Only approved changes should be implemented. This is the governance checkpoint that prevents scope creep and uncontrolled modifications to the project baseline. Question 29. The difference between manage quality and control quality is Option A. There is no difference, they are the same process. Option B. Manage quality audits the process while control quality inspects the product. Option C. Control quality comes before manage quality. Option D. Manage quality is only used in Agile projects. This distinction is important for the exam. The correct answer is B. Manage quality, which is in the executing process group, focuses on auditing the process to ensure quality standards and procedures are being followed. It is about prevention. Control quality, which is in the monitoring and controlling process group, focuses on inspecting the product deliverables to verify they meet specifications. It is about detection. Both are necessary. Good processes lead to good products, and inspection confirms the products meet requirements. Question 30. According to the process flow, when should lessons learned be captured? Option A, only at project close. Option B, throughout the project and archived during closing. Option C, only when problems occur. Option D, before the project starts. Think about continuous improvement. The correct answer is B, lessons learned should be captured throughout the project, not just at the end. The Managed Project Knowledge process in executing captures lessons learned as they occur, enabling the team to apply improvements immediately. During the closing process group, lessons learned are formally archived in the organizational repository for future projects. Waiting until project end to capture lessons learned results in lost knowledge and missed improvement opportunities. Let's review the key takeaways from Episode 2. The PM Box 6th edition contains 49 processes organized into 5 process groups and 10 knowledge areas. Planning is the largest process group with 24 processes, and it is iterative, not linear. The critical path is the longest path with 0 float, and delays directly impact the project end date. For earned value management, remember that EV always comes first. Cost variance equals EV minus AC, schedule variance equals EV minus PV, CPI equals EV divided by AC, and SPI equals EV divided by PV. Negative variance is bad, and an index less than 1.0 is bad. For schedule compression, crashing adds resources at higher cost, while fast tracking runs activities in parallel at higher risk. The Change Control Board approves all changes in predictive projects. Estimate at completion equals B, AC divided by CP1 when current variances are expected to continue. Proceed to Episode 3 when you are ready to explore Agile and hybrid methodologies.